After another season of disappointment in terms of results on the field, it seems as though AC Milan are headed for yet another revolution off the field. This time though, it looks like the Rossoneri will opt for a foreign influence in the form of Ralf Ragnick. CEO Ivan Gazidis has decided to take over the reins and now looks set to entrust the German with a double role as head coach and sporting director. It is only natural, therefore, to take a look back at some of the recruitment Ragnick has been responsible for during his time at Schalke, Hoffenheim, RB Leipzig, and the Red Bull football department in general. These signings are not listed in any particular order. This is not best to worst. This is simply 5 signings that we deem special, chosen by Ralf Ragnick. This feature was originally written by Oliver Fisher and can be found on the Sempre Milan website, along with thousands of other great articles for your reading pleasure. Be sure to like and subscribe to this video for more great content such as this. Number 1. Timo Werner. Seemingly wanted by most big European clubs, Ragnick was instrumental in signing his compatriot Timo Werner for what now appears to be a bargain fee at 15 million euros as per transfermarkt.com from Stuttgart to Leipzig back in 2016. The 23-year-old has 88 goals and 38 assists in 148 games in all competition and now has a market value north of 75 million euros. Number 2. Sadio Mane. In addition to Werner, one of the most important names that Ragnick can be credited with scouting is Liverpool winger Sadio Mane. He was signed by Red Bull Salzburg from Metz for only 4 million euros. Today, Mane is worth 140 million euros. It was with the Austrian side that he made his name, amassing 45 goals and 32 assists in just 87 games before joining Southampton and then Liverpool, where he has 76 goals and 33 assists in 158 games under Jurgen Klopp. Number 3. Roberto Firmino. The Ragnick influence at Liverpool doesn't end there either. When Ralf was at Hoffenheim, they took a chance on signing the Brazilian Roberto Firmino for just over 4 million euros back in 2011. He spent 4.5 years there, racing up 49 goals and 36 assists in 153 games for the Bundesliga side before completing a move to Anfield, where he now has 76 goals and 59 assists in 232 appearances and has established himself as one of the best creative strikers in the world today. Number 4. Erling Haaland. Unless you haven't watched football this season, you know who Erling Haaland is. At the center of a huge transfer battle during the January window, Haaland was linked to many of Europe's elite clubs, including AC Milan. Ragnick also spotted the talent of Haaland and signed him for Red Bull Salzburg back in January 2019. The Norwegian teenager would go on to score 29 goals in the 27 games he played for Salzburg, which was enough for Borussia Dortmund to eventually take a punt on him. He has already scored 12 goals in 9 games for Dortmund at the time of this recording. Number 5. Naby Keita. Keita was signed 6 years ago for Red Bull Salzburg, where he quickly progressed and was ultimately then signed by RB Leipzig 2 years later. Completing the trio of players poached by the Reds that had been spotted by Ragnick, he would only play 71 games for RB Leipzig before making a big money move worth 60 million euros to Liverpool. So far, he has earned 2 assists and scored 6 goals in 51 appearances with Liverpool. It is also worth considering that Ragnick has a track record as a sporting director for putting the right managers in place for clubs within the Red Bull empire. He convinced Nagelsmann to leave his old club Hoffenheim and take on a new project in Leipzig, where he is currently in the midst of a battle to win their first ever Bundesliga title. Julian Nagelsmann's Leipzig side is averaging just over 2 points per game since his arrival and is impressed hugely with a 3-1-4-2 formation he is deploying. And Nagelsmann is not an anomaly. It was back in June 2012 when Ragnick became the sporting director for both Red Bull Salzburg and RB Leipzig. He decided to hire Roger Schmidt to be the head coach of the former. It proved to be an inspired appointment as he won 68 of his 99 games in charge, including a league and cup double in the 2013-14 season, as Salzburg were finally able to overthrow traditional powers in Austria Vienna and Rapid Vienna, winning the title by 18 points. Roger Schmidt's side also scored 110 goals in 36 games in the season they won the Austrian Bundesliga, scoring at least 5 goals in 11 league games. It was also a big season for the development of the likes of Sadio Mane and Kevin Campbell. Campbell was quoted as saying, "I've met a lot of people in football, but I've never come across someone who is as mad about the game as Ralf Ragnick. It's just a joy to work under someone like that. He's done a fantastic job. Rumors of Boban's departure from the club are all but confirmed following a public dispute with CEO Ivan Gazidis. Paolo Maldini is likely to follow shortly after. However, with the appointment of Ragnick looming, let's hope his European influence can finally help restore Milan back to one of the continent's elite clubs. So what do you think? Is Ralf the right man for the job? Comment in the section below, or let us know on Twitter. We'd love to hear from you.